In 1917, the United States faced a problem it had never encountered before. It needed aircraft engines, thousands of them, and it needed them fast. Not experimental engines, not hand-built engines, but a reliable power plant that could be produced anywhere by anyone and survive the realities of war. What followed was one of the most ambitious mechanical projects in American history. This is the story of the Liberty Motor, created through unprecedented industrial cooperation and produced on a scale that reshaped how America built machines. While the Liberty is best remembered as an aircraft engine, its legacy extends far beyond aviation, into factories, machine shops, and the mechanical mindset that would later define tractors, stationary engines, and heavy equipment for decades to come. When the United States entered World War I, it became immediately clear that American aviation lagged behind Europe. France, Britain, and Germany already had proven aircraft engines in service. The United States did not. Rather than adopt an existing foreign design or rely on a single manufacturer, the US government made a radical decision. They would create a standardized aircraft engine, owned by no company, built by many, and shared freely across industry. To do this, two of the nation's most respected engineers were brought together: J.G. Vincent of Packard and Elbert J. Hall of Hall Scott. Working in Washington, D.C., they were tasked with designing a powerful aircraft engine, fast. According to period accounts, the basic design of the Liberty engine was completed in just 5 days. The result was the Liberty L-12, a 12-cylinder, liquid-cooled engine built with one overriding goal: speed of production. Every design choice was deliberate. Parts were simplified. Components were standardized. Materials were chosen for availability, not elegance. This was not about pushing the limits of engineering. This was about creating an engine that could be made quickly, repaired easily, and trusted under stress. The Liberty L-12 was a 45-degree V-12 liquid-cooled aircraft engine, producing between 400 and 425 horsepower. It had a 5-inch bore and 7-inch stroke, and displaced 1,649 cubic inches, enormous by the standards of the day. The engine used single overhead camshafts, one per cylinder bank, and featured dual ignition magnetos for redundancy, critical in combat aviation. Dry weight was approximately 844 pounds, making it heavier than some of the European counterparts, but also more rugged. In service, the Liberty proved to be a dependable engine. It was not the most refined, it was not the lightest, but it could run for long hours, tolerate imperfect maintenance, and survive harsh operating conditions, exactly what wartime aviation required. Early production engines did experience issues, including vibration and crankshaft failures, but improvements were made rapidly, and by the end of the war, tens of thousands of Liberty engines had been produced. More importantly, an entire industrial workforce was trained in large-scale standardized mechanical production. The Liberty engine powered many of the aircraft flown by American forces during World War I. Most notably, it became the standard power plant for the DH-4, the most widely used American aircraft of the war. Liberty-powered DH-4s were used for reconnaissance missions, artillery spotting, light bombing, and courier and transport duties. These roles were critical. World War I aviation was not just about aerial combat, it was about information. Aircraft that could stay aloft reliably allowed commanders to see the battlefield, direct artillery fire, and disrupt enemy supply lines. In this way, Liberty-powered aircraft directly supported Allied operations during the final offensives of 1918. A modified version of the Liberty engine also found its way into early American armored vehicles, where its torque and reliability proved valuable in ground service. When the war ended, Liberty engines didn't disappear. Thousands of surplus engines were repurposed. They were installed in boats, generators, industrial equipment, and experimental machinery. But the Liberty's greatest contribution wasn't what it was used for, it was what it proved. It proved that complex mechanical systems could be standardized, that interchangeable parts could work at scale, that machines could be designed to be repaired, not discarded. These ideas would later shape the design and production of early tractors, stationary engines, and agricultural machinery, the very machines many of us still preserve today. Standardization, interchangeability, durability. Those principles didn't start in the fields. They were forged in factories, under wartime pressure, by engines like the Liberty. Today, Liberty engines still exist. They can be seen in aviation museums, military vehicle collections, engine shows, and private collections, some still running more than a century later. When we restore early engines and tractors, we're not just preserving iron, we're preserving a way of thinking about machines, practical, robust, and built to work. Thanks for watching Antique Tractor Life. Be sure to follow for more history.